hey, let's do something about policing. So what did the Republicans do in the legislature in Georgia? They passed hate crime legislation. House Bill 426. It's called the Police Hate Crimes Bill. And what it says is, if you intimidate, harass, or terrorize a police officer, you are guilty of a hate crime. Don't you dare talk back to the police. You go to prison for years. This is astonishing. You could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine for yelling at a cop. It's just breathtaking. This is the Republican answer to police violence. Meanwhile, you and I spent $70 million, our tax money, $70 million of our tax money was used to develop an antiviral drug that could be used against Ebola, should Ebola come to the United States. It was a public health emergency. It was a big deal. This was done during the Obama administration. Here, $70 million went to universities, and they developed this drug called remdesivir. And then, as has been the case ever since the Clinton administration, it used to be that there was a law. There actually was a law in place that went back 20 years, back in the 90s, back before the 90s. I mean, this law went back to the 70s, that said that when the federal government helps pay for research that develops new drugs and then gives the patents for those drugs to the drug companies have to charge a reasonable price. They have to justify the price because the drug was developed with our money. So you can't rip us off. That was the theory. Bill Clinton rescinded that rule. Tragically. And the Obama administration kind of passed on doing anything about it. And then Democrats in Congress said, well, let's at least let Medicare negotiate drug prices. And the Republicans filibustered that and blocked that. And so now we spent $70 million developing this drug that, this anti-Ebola drug that now it turns out reduces the time to recover from a COVID infection by 30%, by about a third, 31%. The drug costs $1 a pill to make, or $1 a dose. It's a 5-day treatment. $5. Gilead is the company that we gave the patent to. They could sell this stuff for $10 and make a profit. Literally. But their CEO, Daniel O'Day, who made $29 million last year on the $5.4 billion in profits that his company made ripping off Americans on pharmaceuticals, said, yeah, cost us a buck. We could sell it for 10, but we're going to sell it for 3,000. Screw you, America. This is Daniel O'Day, Gilead's CEO. He wants his multi-million-dollar paycheck. His stockholders want their dividends. To hell with people. And you and I paid for this. Finally, there was a Supreme Court ruling this morning, very close to Betsy DeVos's heart. The Constitution says there's a wall. Well, the Constitution doesn't use the phrase wall of separation, but there's supposed to be this wall of separation between church and state, and it has been honored up until recently. But the Supreme Court said that if the state is giving money to private schools that are not religious, which, Betsy DeVos has privatized more than half the schools in Michigan now. She's from Michigan. If the state is going to subsidize schools that aren't religious, the state has to give equal money to schools that are religious. Jerry Falwell and Franklin Graham, all these guys in the religious school industry scam are celebrating.
The Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-808-9925.